Here we have the new 2025 GMC Sierra 1500. This one comes in the Denali Ultimate trim level. This is probably my new favorite color on these trucks. This is going to be downpour metallic. And then we have that standard Alpine umber, nice kind of saddle brown interior there. It's going to be full leather. For the powertrain, we get a 6.2 liter V8, and that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So stickers right under 89 grand MSRP. Front end there, love the look with the LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. We have LED fog lights down here as well. And with this one being the Ultimate, I love getting the galvanized grille there. It's one of my favorite things about these Ultimates. And still a nice, modern, aggressive look, even though this has been out for a couple of years. Down here, 22-inch aluminum wheels. We do get the power running boards. Passive keyless entry on the front. And then over here we have our power door lock controls, memory seat functions, power windows with one-touch automatic up and down in the front, power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors, and then we can adjust the mirror glass on either side there. But I love the trim. One of my favorite things about the Ultimate is having that wood grain, and then again that kind of saddle brown accent with the black there. Bose sound system. And then heads-up display controls, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, four-wheel drive controls, headlamp controls. You can change your drive modes there. I'm going through this kind of quickly because there's just so much on the Ultimates. Hood release, pedals are there, side pocket here. Here's the power driver seat. We get four-way power lumbar support with the massage function. And I love the white pinstripe. We have the black underneath there, and again that saddle brown there just looks so good. Now if you're interested in the trailering information, there it is down there. Conventional, we get 8,900 pounds, and then gooseneck, if you want to do that for whatever reason, 6,400. But I want to give a huge thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to get the best price on one of these in your area, just click that second link down below. It takes a minute or two to fill out that information, and I'll make sure the dealers in your area are fighting to get you that best price on one of these. But 88,480 sticker, 15 miles per gallon city, 19 highway. I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so I'm just going to show you the leg room in the back here. So very good space. Headroom is phenomenal, several inches, because as you can see, that's the sunroof with the shade. And then when you come back here, you get a nice bump, probably 3-4 inches of headroom that you're gaining in the back here. They were really smart to do that. And then one of my favorite things, these LED dome lights and the nice sturdy hanger hooks there to hang a uniform or something if you want to. And then down here we get our 3-stage heated outboard seats, USB-C, USB-A charge port with our AC vents there. There's a look at the front from back here. I'm going to show you a few things as I step out. So first of all, storage here, which I always like having that. And then this one has the optional underseat storage, so you can pull up here, and then on either side you kind of have a little cubby, if you will, as opposed to just sliding the stuff underneath the seat. Nice to have. Another option is going to be this hard trifold tonneau cover. I think it's like $1,250 or $1,300. Fuel filler there. Now as we come around to the back end, full LED tail lamps. I think they're reverse lights. I don't know if those are LED or not, but I believe they're full LED, 100%. Dual exhaust integrated into that rear bumper. And then we do get the folding tailgate here, so we can fold that down and then fold that part down. And then you have the kicker sound system right in there if you ever want to use that tailgating or whatever. It's always kind of weird to put it back together with one hand. You want to basically go in reverse, but that's the easiest thing for me. And then in terms of power outlets, you get that 120 back here. And your bed lights are on either side there. But a nice looking back end again, especially in this downpour metallic. Trailer hitches there. Spares underneath as well. And hopefully that wind noise isn't intruding here. It's a steady breeze, but it's not really harsh. So hopefully it's not a big deal. I'm sure you can hear that siren though. Now to the front passenger seat, same adjustability as the driver's side. Same design. You get a lockable glove compartment here. And then we have this top cubby as well. Now where I pop the hood, we're just gonna take a quick look in the engine bay before we get a quick run through of the interior. But there's that 6.2 liter V8. It's mostly covered up. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So there's the leather wrap steering wheel. We do get Super Cruise here. So the indicator or the sensor is there to make sure you're paying attention. The indicator's right there. There's the horn. Now I'm gonna dial the fan speed down a little bit here. Luckily it cooled off. But for audio, we do get AM, FM, XM. We also have our Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. We have Amazon Alexa, Google News, Google Podcasts, and of course, the Google Maps system here. So you wanna set all that up. You have to go through these privacy settings. Now to get the full functionality, you do need a subscription, but again, that's why it's helpful we still have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto if you just want to use it that way. But now homepage, several different camera views. We have a front camera, backup camera, of course, the bed view camera, which is my favorite. And then we have the curbside views there. There's the bed view there. Now with the trifold tonneau cover, won't really do you much good, but with that folded up or taken off, you'll be able to see stuff in the bed and make sure it's not wobbling. And then Wi-Fi hotspot, your trailering, this is important here, having all the functions that you have here so we can use a guest trailer, accessory, and all of that stuff. Now to your settings, you can go in here and fool with your units of measurement, your language, and all of that. So you can change your language there. And actually I lied, your units are in the gauge cluster. So just your language is in here. And then on top of that, you can go through your, doesn't like my finger today, your teen driver, rear seat reminder, buckle drive, and then your Super Cruise. You can change the lane change and all that if you so choose, and several other features. But I can get in that all day. Backup camera, guidelines follow you. You turn the steering wheel, and then you also get the bird's eye view as well. Dual zone automatic climate controls, 3-stage heated cool front seats. The heated steering wheel toggle is there. And then you have your lane keep sister, parking sensors, lane keep system, excuse me. I think I said lane keep sister. Talking too fast, I apologize. So your lane keeping system, the parking sensors, the auto stop toggle, and then you can fold that tailgate down. Hazards are there, traction control, and then your downhill brake control there. And I just want to touch on this. The volume knob is right in there, and then you can mute there. And then you have your home button, but everything else is on the screen. Now for the shifter, you put it in the drive, and then you can put it in the low, and you can manually shift, and it'll show you what gear you're in that bottom right-hand corner of the gauge cluster there when using these paddle shifters. But pretty easy to use, and I like how it's easy to get to neutral, especially from drive. You just kind of tap up there. Trailer brake controllers here, cup holders. You get a USB-C and a USB-A port there, ample storage, and then your wireless phone charger is there. 3-prong household plug-in, USB-C, USB-A port again, and then this is the removable tray. You can either set that up here or take it out. Now the rear camera mirror is there. We get a power sliding rear window and a power sunroof. So the controls for the rear window and the roof are there. So I'll show you the rear window first. And then one touch with the slide here. And I like that it goes all the way back the first try. Don't have to hit it twice. Vanity mirror here, very nice. And with this having the headliner that it does for the Ultimate, kind of has the same felt feel for the actual mirror itself. Really like that. Now back to the steering wheel itself. Blinkers. You do get your auto high beam. It's going to be a button right there. You can toggle that. And then your windshield wiper fluid is right here. And then your intermittent setting is right in there for that. And then behind the steering wheel, under the paddle shifters, on the left side, trackless radio station presets. And then on the right side, volume up and down there. Now to the actual wheel, you get your adaptive cruise, of course, but then with Super Cruise, to activate that, after you turn the adaptive cruise on, you just hit that when applicable, and it'll kind of give you indications here. And then over here, you have your voice recognition mute, and then you can scroll through your settings here, and then go through your submenus by doing that there. And then I can go to the settings, and then I can go to units again, change that from US to metric, and then I can even change the info page options, what shows up there. And then on the gauges, I can change all of that as well. But push button starts there. We have a heads up display right there in the middle. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate out on the road for a test drive. Now, starting the test drive in this Denali Ultimate here, this thing has some pull. The 5.3 is pretty good power, but that 6.2 just has the torque to really make this thing get up. And I really like having the 6.2, especially just how this one is equipped. The exhaust sounds good, the engine sounds good. You just get a nice beefy, muscular sound as you're driving this thing down the road. And keep in mind, I'm not even in sport mode. I'm just in the regular drive mode. I have it in sport now. So it just runs a little hotter, shifts a little later than it would normally. It's not necessarily worried about fuel economy. But I'm gonna give it a little pull here, getting on the interstate. Not gonna floor it by any means, but I'll give it something, just so we can hear what that sounds like. All right, here we go. So a great sound, absolutely great sound. So I'll try to demonstrate the Super Cruise here. Put the adaptive cruise on, and then we'll get that indicator. And then we have the Super Cruise enabled now, so we're getting the hands-free driving, the adaptive cruise, and all of that. And it does pretty well for the most part. I don't know if it can see me or not. Might be because I have this thing on my head, but pretty good driver assist system. Now the ride quality here is sensational. Rides very well, especially for a full-size truck, which a lot of full-size trucks, just because of the wheelbase and all of that, they ride pretty well anyway, but this is very nice, just how the suspension is tuned and all of that. Now, in terms of what you get for the money here, it's a pretty high dollar truck. It's an 89 sticker. I do think you get everything you could want though. I mean, you have massaging seats, heated cooled seats, a heads-up display, the Super Cruise system, which is incredible in my opinion. Now, the only thing that's really missing is the roof. Everybody else pretty much has a panoramic moon roof in their full-size trucks. I expect to see a panoramic roof here in the next few years, but we'll see. Ford's had one for a minute, and Ram, since they redid theirs, I think in 19, they've had that option. But not really a big issue for me because I don't really use my sunroof that often anyway, especially in Tennessee here where it gets pretty hot. You don't want the sun making it any worse in terms of how your vehicle's temperature is once you get in it. But everything else I feel like is at least on par with the competition. You have the bigger 6.2 V8. You're not getting these turbos, you know, twin turbo Hurricane engines or the twin turbo V6 in the eco boosted V6, I should say, in the F-150. And even though those feel quicker because they're twin turbocharged, there's just something about this Ultimate, like the 6.2 just roars. You feel like, I mean, you basically have a Camaro engine in it, putting out 420 horsepower. It's just, it's really nice, and you get a nice growl, a nice roar, I should say, when you're putting your foot into it. But I want to give one more thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. You can check them out at Chevrolet Buick GMC Murfreesboro.com. And if you're not close or don't want to travel that far, you want to find a vehicle in your area, make sure you're paying the best price for that by clicking that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out that info, and I'll get the deals in your area fighting to get you the best price possible on one of these trucks or anything else you might be looking for. But a very impressive truck, I think. Can't wait to review the EV version to see if I actually like that better than this. And I feel like one of the reasons that GM is still making the gas-powered ones is because they have so many electric vehicles available. But this one still holds a special place in my heart, the Ultimate, having that 6.2, having everything loaded out, power running boards, a sunroof, heated cooled seats, massage function, and still a Mac Daddy truck. I think if you're wanting something that is pretty capable but is extremely nice. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate.